Good evening. Thanks for joining us at 5 o'clock. I'm Dustin Grove.
And I'm Jenny Ranovich in tonight for Anne Marie and Felicia. Right now, we are looking into details of an officer-involved shooting that left a man dead. This happened on Thursday evening.
Our Marina Silva has been looking deeper into this. She joins us with what she's learned. Marina?
Well, Jenny and Dustin, we're getting a chance to hear the radio traffic from what happened during the pursuit leading up to that officer-involved shooting yesterday. It all happened within minutes from the time the radio call happened to alert everyone of a pursuit to the time that the officer-involved shooting happened. Let's take a listen.
All cars, this information. Lawrence is in vehicle pursuit southbound Arlington from 38th Street with shots fired from the vehicle.
This is radio traffic from the start of that pursuit on Thursday at the 6900 block of Pendleton Pike. A call went out to let officers know what was going on, and officers were being shot at. It started in Lawrence when an officer did a traffic stop for a license plate violation.
During that stop, a female occupant exited the vehicle, leaving just the suspect in the vehicle. The female who exited the vehicle remained on scene and did not get back inside of the vehicle. The vehicle driven by an adult male suspect then fled from officers and a pursuit ensued.
Less than 2 minutes later,
And they're still firing shots.
and just seconds later,
0229, officer involved shooting.
Officers continued to give commands for the suspect to step out of the vehicle with hands in the air. This went on for several minutes with no response from inside of the vehicle. IMPD SWAT officers in armored vehicles responded to the scene so that the officers could safely approach the suspect vehicle without exposing themselves to further gunfire.
the suspect was found dead inside the vehicle at the 6500 block of East 30th Street. This is the 17th officer-involved shooting for IMPD and the second for Lawrence Police Department in 2024.
No officer, whether they're with IMPD or with Lawrence, wakes up in the morning and wants to engage in this kind of situations.
Chief Bailey says he is seeing more officers attacked now than in years past.
But I'm not sure what else we're supposed to do when our officers are attacked by guns, by knives, by machetes. That they have a right to go home to their families at the end of the night. They have an obligation to protect the community.
We did talk to IMPD today to clarify some things. So if you believe you have property or vehicle damage from this incident, you're asked to call the non-emergency number for IMPD. That is 311. Now, because this involves two agencies, both Lawrence PD and IMPD are conducting investigations. We're hoping to learn more about what happened in the coming weeks. Back to you guys.
All right, Marina, thank you.
Something we will continue to follow. Also tonight, a man is behind bars in connection with a woman's murder from yesterday morning.
She was found inside an apartment on the city's south side. Our Matthew Foltz spoke with police and has the latest on this quick arrest.
Metro Police tell us that woman was found dead inside an apartment unit here at the Sycamore apartment complex on the city's south side. And they say it was really the community's help who helped them catch the suspect in less than 24 hours.
Police say they were called to the apartment complex shortly after 5:30 Monday morning. Once on scene, they found a woman with blunt force trauma. She was pronounced dead at the scene. Police say detectives were able to gather evidence that helped them lead them to the 22-year-old suspect in Greenwood.
And how horrific that is for her friends. This is just tragic. And something like this should never happen. And working with the Marion County Prosecutor's Office, the IMPD will ensure that this family sees justice.
Now, Metro Police also tell me the suspect and victim knew one another. However, it's still unclear on what their relationship was leading up to this woman's death. Meanwhile, coming up at 6 here on 13 News, you'll hear more from Metro Police and the obstacles they faced taking the suspect into custody. Reporting on the city's south side, I'm Matthew Foltz, 13 News.
Well, you saw it in Matthew's shot there, and really you saw it all day long. What a dreary New Year's Eve it's been.
Cold rain.
Cold rain.
Awful.
It's been dark all day. I'm with you. It might be kind of a nice New Year's Eve to stay inside and watch the balls drop.
Yes.
We do have rain still falling, so if you're just headed out for dinner, roads are wet, temperatures still elevated enough that they're wet and not icy, which is good news if you're headed out early. We'll get you through your New Year's Eve forecast. Temperatures do stay above freezing, but continue continue to drop into the middle and upper 30s over the next several hours. Turning windy, turning colder. There will be a few mixed showers. What do I mean by that? Well, the rain may mix with a few big flakes of snow before it comes to an end after about 9 or 10 o'clock. Overnight temperatures, this is when it gets tricky. We are expecting upper 20s and low 30s. This will be cold enough for a few slick spots. So yes, we have wet roads now, but as those temperatures drop, be sure to watch those bridges and overpasses. Those would be the first to ice up. In terms of rain, it will end from north to south, although we're still dealing with some steady rain from Frankfort south to Lebanon into Noblesville and Fishers. Steady rain falling across all of Hancock County from Greenfield and then into Shelby County and then southeast along I-74. Yes, the roads are wet. We've been dealing with rain all day. The rain is starting to transition to some snow across the northern part of the state. For us locally, we will see that happen later this evening as this exits just before midnight. A couple of snow chances in that 7-day in a few minutes.
Angela, thanks so much. Remember, you can track the chance of rain and those colder temperatures by downloading the WTHR weather app. That gives you interactive radar, hour-by-hour forecast, and the weather blog. And as always, it's a free download in your phone's app store. Well, Indy's Department of Public Works crews will be out tonight. They're going to be pre-treating those roads as colder temperatures move in.
And more than 80 crews will work overnight to try and keep these roads clear of any ice. They'll be pre-treating with salt. Here's a look right now outside. This is I-465 and Allisonville Road up on the north side. Traffic picking up. We've had so much rain. These colder temperatures, of course, could freeze what's left on the road overnight.
Yeah, you don't like to see that. So that's why InDOT trucks will be out tonight. And this is pretty cool. InDOT actually lets you see exactly where their trucks are at any given time on 511in.org. That's the website. It looks like this. So if you want to see where they are in your area, all you have to do is enable plow locations and they'll pop right up on the map if they're there. Obviously no plows out right now, very few, but really interesting to see right as they're headed out to treat the roads.
In real time.
Good resource. Yeah, definitely. Well, you might be already getting ready to head out to your New Year's Eve celebration, and police want to make sure you get home safely.
Our Anna Chalker joins us live now with what police are going to be looking for. Anna?
Dustin and Jenny, police are already upping their patrols tonight. We've actually seen a couple go through downtown this evening. They're not only going to be looking for any suspected drunk drivers, but really anyone who might be under the influence of anything if they're behind the wheel. Now, IMPD tells us they are going to be very busy down here tonight, so they want you to be overly prepared. Make sure you book your ride share, have someone in your group be the sober designated driver, and have your night planned from the moment you leave your house and then when you get back home later tonight. Now, the department urges anyone who gets behind the wheel tonight to remember the people that could be impacted by drunk driving.
Because when we make that fatal mistake, it could have detrimental impact that goes beyond just yourself. It can affect so many lives. And please don't put others at risk. If you're going to indulge in adult beverages, please have a place to stay or a ride set up that's designated driver.
If you were to get pulled over tonight, you could get a fine for a few $1,000s or more. Now, I've been checking rideshare prices throughout the night from downtown to going to different spots in the city. That ranges from about $20 to $40, so definitely much cheaper than having to pay that fine if you were to get behind the wheel if you are under any influence. Now, coming up at 6, I'll show you another thing that IMPD is looking out for tonight, and that's people shooting their guns into the air. That's again coming up at 6.
Yeah, never a good idea. All right, we'll see you at 6. Anna Chalker live for us. Thank you.
Well, the countdown is on, not just for the new year, but for the Sugar Bowl. Notre Dame taking on Georgia down in New Orleans a little more than 24 hours from now.
Yeah, and how lucky is our Dominic Miranda? He is down in the Big Easy this New Year's Eve. He's previewing the matchup, plus enjoying the many delights of New Orleans. So, Dom, we saw the parade earlier. You were right in the middle of it. How are things down there now?
Oh my goodness, the atmosphere is quite literally off the charts. Like you mentioned, the Sugar Bowl parade just wrapped up about 30 minutes ago. this is all I have to show for it. It was not a banner day collecting beads for the Sugar Bowl parade. Not exactly what you want to see, but we've been all over the Big Easy today, okay? And we kind of explored with a bunch of Notre Dame fans, a bunch of locals, what it is that makes this place so special and the perfect host ahead of the Sugar Bowl matchup.
A quiet morning in the Big Easy. Calm before the storm of Irish and Bulldogs faithful lining the streets. For now, though, a dense fog covers the Mississippi. The water still, almost eerie, setting up for a packed day ahead of pre-Sugar Bowl festivities and fun. Breakfast time comes and the music begins. The obvious choice, the critically acclaimed Cafe Du Monde, serving up world-famous beignets, the only way to start the day down south. The vice president of the cafe, 1983 Notre Dame alum Bert Benrud. A dream come true to see his Irish play in his home city.
It's really crazy. It gives me goosebumps. It really does, you know, to see all the Notre Dame fans here in town, especially since it's a rematch of the 1981 Georgia-Notre Dame game, and everybody's looking forward to this.
He knows what makes New Orleans so special, and so do Notre Dame fans flooding his business.
You know, there's so much going on in the city of New Orleans. Everything is compact, and it's a real authentic town. You know, you know where to go, and it's just fabulous. I love living in New Orleans.
It's just fantastic. Plus, just all the fun. Notre Dame does a service project while they're down here, and Notre Dame will be in the parade here shortly, and just have a bunch of events. So it's a lot of fun.
It's an awesome place. It's actually our first time here, and it's been living up to expectations.
Exceeding our expectations, that takes us to the world-renowned Bourbon Street, bustling with Irish students and fans ready to take over.
This is our first time walking Bourbon Street, and it's amazing. Popping in little places, and I'm excited.
The weather's been nice so far, not super humid. And then just the vibes on Bourbon Street are immaculate. We're ready to go for tonight, so it's going to be fun.
We're loving this. Neither one of us have ever been here before, so this is all a new experience. Not to mention, I think it's 28 degrees at our house right now in Evansville, so we're loving the experience. We're getting the flavor of everything, and the weather to boot, so it's been great.
From the calm of the morning to the hustle and bustle of New Year's Eve in the Bayou, setting up for what's certain to be a classic Sugar Bowl showdown. There's no place quite like Nolans.
That says it all right there, and a big shout out to my photographer, Josh Blankenship. We had a ton of fun putting that together, but how about the Big Easy? The music, the scenery, the overall vibes. It's impossible not to like it. We're ringing in the new year right here in New Orleans, Louisiana, setting you up for a pretty big football game tomorrow night, by the way. That's coming up for you at 6. We'll preview that matchup, the Sugar Bowl showdown between Notre Dame and Georgia. For now, though, we'll send it back to you.
I love that you have taken us there. The music,
Yes.
the beignets, the weather. I feel like
food.
this is a win for Dom either way.
Yes, I hope you're enjoying all of it, Dom, for us.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hey, Josh Blankenship, he's the man of the hour.
All right, thanks,
Good job,
guys.
Josh.
We'll see you again tonight at 6.